Hi, Niall from Korak here. This video demonstrates how to process your feature codes in TBC from a topo survey. So, first step, start a new project. I'm going to use a preset template I've already created, ITM Republic of Ireland 2015. This is the same coordinate system I carried out the job in. This survey was done using integrated setup, so both GNSS and total station measurements. But once I use GNSS at all with a coordinate system in Trimble Access, you need to reference it to a coordinate system in TBC. So I'm picking my ITM. New project created. Just before I import the data, you can just have a quick look in your project settings just to show the coordinate system is set to IronNet 95, which is ITM using the latest GI model. And in your feature code processing, the latest feature code library is selected here. It's the one I was using in the field, so that's okay. So to import the data, two ways of doing it. You can either hit import here along the home tab and browse to the file, or the way I prefer is just to open up your file explorer, go to where your job file is saved, and just drag and drop the job file onto the workspace in TBC. This pops up, it's just referring to a different naming convention in the coordinate system, so I just always select keep existing project definition and hit OK. Okay, so data imported. You can have a quick look here in your file explorer. Imported files, so you've imported Korak topo.job file. And the FXL is already there, which is the feature code library, and then a list of all the different points that you surveyed within the job. Initially, when it opens up, it zooms extents to, it can include your nearest VRS base station you're getting corrections off in the field, which is a couple of kilometers away. So I tend to get into a habit of getting rid of this, not by deleting it, but just putting it on a layer, on a different layer, and turning the layer off. So what I usually do is select the base station, right click and go properties, go down and create a new layer. Okay, so my filter manager, I can just go into my layers and turn off my base station, so you can see it's gone there now. So if I zoom in on my survey area, you can see generally what's being picked up. So all the blue lines are these are called RTK vectors. These are measurements taken with the GNSS in the field, and all these green lines are total station observations taken from different setups from the total station in the field. So I've done 3 different setups: station 1, station 2, and station 3 with the total station. So all these are just raw information that we don't really need from here on in. So if I expand the raw data category in the filter manager, and first of all, if I turn off the RTK vectors, all my blue lines disappear. And then if I uncheck the total station box, all my total station obs are gone. So now when I zoom extents, I just get my my survey area with all the points. At the moment it's displaying construction text because I haven't processed the codes yet. So these are just displaying the number of each individual point that was surveyed, the point name or point ID. Any of these can be queried, so if I want to query point 213, you can select it in the plan view, right click and go properties, and you can see different properties: easting, northing, elevation, etc. This can also be done from the Project Explorer. So with Project Explorer, expand your points. And if I go down to 213, select 213 from the list, you can see it highlights on the plan view, and I can also double tap on the point over here and it'll bring up the same dialog box. In the construction text as well, in the filter manager, at the moment you can see the box is checked here for show point ID. If I uncheck that, point IDs are gone. If I check the feature code, you can see what feature code I surveyed each of them at. So this is just data before the feature codes are processed. So that's our next step, process the feature codes. So to do that, this button can be found in a few different places. If I go to the survey tab, click on the process feature codes, then I select the job file, correct topo, and process source. So we usually get this pop-up if the software hasn't recognized a couple of codes in your library. So I usually always say yes to this, and it opens up another tab here, feature code processing report. So basically what it's telling me here is there's the software hasn't recognized 2 of the codes that I use in the field, and it outlines the unknown feature codes here. So it's 0.237238. The feature code I used is T, which I'm not sure what that's referring to, but I can find out in a second. So what I usually do here, I reference these 2 points and go to my point list in TBC to see what they are. So if I go back to my plan view, what I can do is I can go to the view tab and select a new point spreadsheet. You can make this into a split screen too if I drag the little tab down here and just go to new vertical group. So I just have my plan view here on one screen, and this is a list of every point I surveyed here in my my point spreadsheet. So if I scroll down to 0.237, okay, here's 0.237, 0.238. You'll notice this little yellow symbol. This is indicating again that TBC hasn't recognized this code for T. I guess here I'm going to say that these 2 are supposed to be called TR for trees. Because I know myself, when I was surveying the trees, I surveyed more than 3 of them anyway. So basically what I want to do is change these 2 to TR instead of T. So I can do that in here. I can just go TR. If you look in on the plan view screen, as you change any of the codes, it should update it actually automatically for you. If I tap at that to enter and go with TR for that as well. TR for tree. You can see the little yellow ball has disappeared, indicating now that TBC has recognized the code, but you can see it hasn't actually updated it here. So if it hasn't done that, you have this little red recompute ball down the bottom. So you just click on your recompute and it should just recompute your project. So I can see it has created my tree here, but it doesn't have the Garten spread assigned to it like this one here. And there's my other one there. So to apply the Garten spread, I can go into the 3 point, right click and go properties. There's properties of this point, Garten spread. So if I just put in Gart for the trunk of say 0.3, spread of 5, you can see it's updated then in the plan view screen. Similarly with my 3 point here. Let's put in 0.2 for this one, and maybe 2 meters of a spread. Okay, so there's my 2 unknown feature codes sorted out. I can now X out of my point spreadsheet. Back in the plan view screen, I can have a look and just analyze what way the codes have been processed. So you can see here my curb line, center line of road, curb and channel, wall, a couple of spot levels here in the garden. overhead. This green line represents an overhead telegraph line, and the red line represents an overhead ESB line. Because I've done the survey myself, I know certain lines that should be connected to one another, so I know by looking at it, this line here shouldn't be joining like that across the way, and also this one here. So what I can do there, I can make edits and delete segments from line strings. So to do that, if I go to the edit and delete segment function and select the line that you want to delete, and as you move the cursor along the line segment, you can see it automatically jumps using this like purple highlighter onto a certain segment. Basically you just jump onto the one you want to delete, which is this one here, and then just normal left click will chop that segment out for you. Also I want to delete this guy here, so if I do the same with that, it's a nice function just to easily break lines for you. Another function you can carry out in TBC instead of CAD is the extend and trim function. So we can try and find an example here maybe to do that. Maybe try it on this line here, yeah. Maybe extend this wall into this line here. So if I go into trim extend, I want to extend one line to a bounding line, so extend bounding line in this case is going to be this one, and line to trim or extend is going to be this one here, and it just extends the line for you. Also, if you wanted to trim back maybe this little segment here back to here, select trim. This time your bounding line is going to be this one here, and the line to trim or extend is going to be this one, and it just chops it back for you. Moving or editing text can be done quite easily in TBC too, so we just click on any of the text labels, and the little ball here, you can just click on that to move your text around, and the little triangle to rotate your text. Maybe not that one. I think it works more on the point features for the rotation.